The notice was already on the door when Daniel Reed pulled into his driveway. Violation, immediate action required, he sighed. Another one. Ever since he moved into the neighborhood, the HOA president, Mark Ellison, had made his life difficult. First, it was the color of his curtains. Then, the way his lawn was trimmed. Then complaints that his presence made others uncomfortable, though no one ever said exactly why. Daniel never argued. He simply followed the rules, quietly, respectfully. But it never seemed enough. That afternoon, while Daniel was still at work, Mark decided he'd had enough too. He stood outside Daniel's house, arms crossed, staring at the violations he had imagined in his head. The blinds were half open. A package sat by the door. To Mark, it was all justification. This neighborhood has standards, he muttered. Without permission. Without a warrant. He pulled out a spare key he had taken during a maintenance inspection weeks ago and unlocked the door. He stepped inside. Unacceptable, he whispered, walking through the living room like he owned it. He took photos, opened cabinets, even scribbled notes about interior compliance. Then, a voice. Cold, calm, controlled. Would you like to explain why you're in my house? Mark froze. He turned slowly. Daniel stood in the hallway, briefcase still in hand, eyes locked on him. But this wasn't the quiet, patient man Mark thought he knew. There was something different now, something powerful. I'm the HOA president, Mark stammered. I have the authority to inspect— No, Daniel interrupted, stepping closer. You don't. Silence filled the room. Mark tried to regain control. You've had multiple violations. I was enforcing community standards. Daniel set his briefcase down carefully. Then he reached into his coat and pulled out a badge. Not police, federal. I'm Judge Daniel Reed, he said quietly. United States District Court. Mark's face drained of color. Daniel continued, his voice steady but sharp. And what you just did isn't enforcement. It's illegal entry, trespassing, abuse of authority. Mark opened his mouth, but no words came out. For months, Daniel said, you've targeted me, not because of rules, but because you thought I wouldn't push back. A long pause. You chose the wrong house. Within days, the story spread through the entire neighborhood. The HOA president who thought he was above the law was now facing charges himself, removed from his position, publicly exposed, and left to answer for every line he had crossed. Daniel never raised his voice again. He didn't need to, because sometimes the strongest power is quiet. And karma doesn't knock. It walks right in, just like you did. If you want to see the shocking twist and how she got revenge, hit subscribe and don't miss the next HOA story. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new video.